Hi, I'm Elizabeth McCall, the Assistant Master Distiller here at Woodford Reserve. Let's go check out the process. This is where the magic happens in this room. And the magic is really at work here in our fermenter. You can see lots of bubbling going on, but this is not a boiling vat. This is yeast at work. So all that bubbling is yeast consuming sugars and converting them into alcohol, heat, and CO2. We want it to maintain a temperature around 72 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep those yeast very happy and very active. Now we are on the still floor, and this is where the separation really begins, and we'll fill this up with that fermented mash just to below that manhole, heat it up, and we want to heat it up from 173 degrees Fahrenheit, so very, very hot, all the way up to just below 212, so we're capturing the alcohol vapors, separating alcohol vapors out from that mash. So when the whiskey comes off the still, it's actually clear, so we call this new make. It's not even considered whiskey yet because it hasn't touched an oak container. All right, now let's head to the warehouse. When we move our barrels into their spot, so all these barrels are here, this is their kind of final resting place until they are pulled to be dumped. They rest for 5 to 7 years. And what drives maturation is not only sitting in the wood, but heat fluctuation. So having an increase in heat and then a cooling down. That's the key to extracting flavor. You don't have bourbon whiskey without your oak. And if you can't get up to those oak trees because the ground's too saturated, you can't get the wood you need to build your barrels. So we're very weather dependent. Why does bourbon exist? Because corn grows best in the South, because the climate is best suited for growing corn down here. If it rains a lot, the corn doesn't dry out on the stalk the way it normally would. And if we go through a major drought, that can hurt the corn. So it's just, we're really dependent on making sure that the weather does what we expect it to do and not shift too much. You can't know with just color. You gotta use your nose, you gotta use your palate to taste.